Hi you guys, it's me Paco, and welcome back to Bad Witch Books. And if you're new, like I said, I'm Paco, and today we're going to be going over my March TBR. So it is already March, or it is about to be March. I am pre-filming this, and I plan to read 7 books in March. So the first book, or one of the first books I'm going to say that I plan to read, is for my 12 Recs by 12 Friends for each month. And so this book I will be reading Black Girl Unlimited, which I believe was recommended to me by Coco from Dreaded and Reddit. I'll be listening to the audiobook for that, and I should be putting it here. But yeah, so I do not know what much this book is about. I really have been trying not to go much into the details of the books I was recommended. I want them all to be like surprises for me. But I know that this one's not a fantasy. So that is going to be the first book. So the next book that I read, most of these were chosen by my mom, the rest except for 2, which we're going to go over, that I decided I wanted to read this month. And then I have 4 books that my mom chose, because every other month I am having someone pick my TBR out of the books in my like physical TBR, so that I am actually cutting it down and just like actually reading the books that have been on the shelf forever. And she did choose some books that I probably wasn't going to read anytime soon. So let's go with the 2 books that I chose that I wanted to read this month, and that is going to be Before We Disappear by Sean David Hutchins. This is about 2 rival, I believe, magicians or magician apprentices, and like they end up falling for each other. That's all I really know about it. It's got magic, it's queer, I'm here for it. It's all it need. The next book I plan to read is Vesperine, which is the next book by Margaret Rogerson. I really enjoyed her other 2 books. This cover is gorgeous, like they always are. Really enjoyed Sorcery of Thorns and An Enchantment of Ravens, so I'm excited to read Vesperine. I just know it has to do with a girl who is involved in a church of death and spirits, and I love death magic, so I'm really excited for this. So I'm going to show why my mom picked the books, and then I'll go over them. Pick the books you picked.
Colors.
And colors?
I just wanted pretty colors. I thought they were kind of pretty compared to what you got here.
Okay. So we got Jade Fired Gold, Don't Call the Wolf, Goddess and the Machine, and Star Daughter. Okay. Thank you, Mama. So the next book I have, the first book of the ones my mom chose was Star Daughter by Shavita. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I messed this up. Tadgar. This is I believe a debut book. It came out a couple years ago. I've had it for a while. This is the Owlcrate edition. But this is about a girl. I read part of this. I started part of this and then I put it down. But it is about a girl who is half star, and then something bad happens to her father, and so she has to go to the heavens, where her mom's side of the family is, to try to get a cure for her dad. And I was enjoying the part I read. I just was kind of really in a slump when I was reading it, so I put it down for something else. So I'm excited to try it again. So the next book I have is The Girl in the Machine by Laura Beth Johnson. Again, another Owlcrate edition, so I have not read all my Owlcrate ones, so I'm glad I'm knocking them out. But this, I believe, is a Sleeping Beauty retelling, and I love Sleeping Beauty, so I'm excited to read it. This is a sci-fi book about a girl who, like, she goes into space or something, and she is supposed to be asleep. Like, her and the whole ship is kind of asleep. Basically, something happens where 1,000 years later she wakes up, and she is being worshipped as a goddess by this, like, community. So we will see what I think. Sci-fi is a hit or miss for me, so let's see what I think about this. So the next book I have is Don't Call the Wolf by Alexandra Ross. All I know really about this book is that I think it's like East European folklore, magic. And it says on the back, it is a time for the forest darkens, it borders closes for a long time, there was no hope, and then from the darkness rose a queen. So I'm excited. I know it's like got some like folklore, magic, and stuff like that, and like enchanted forests, I think. So I'm excited for that. And next, the last book I have here is Jade Fire Gold, which is a book by June Cieltan. This is a Fairy Loot edition. And I know that this is the Enemies to Lovers inspired by Avatar book. That's all I really know about it. It says, an empire on the brink of war. A Hun is no one with no past and no family. Alanta is a lost heir, his future stolen away. When they meet, Alantan sees in a path to reclaim the throne And then Un sees a way to finally unlock her past and understand her lethal magical abilities. So I'm excited. The cover's beautiful. But that is what I will be reading this month in March. I will probably also be reading some comics. And I might finally start reading the Black Clover manga that I was given for Christmas. So that's probably also what I will be reading. Let me know what you guys plan to read this month. If you've read any of these books and what do you think of them. And I will see you guys next time. Please like, comment, and subscribe.